Good afternoon. We're going to ask you to stand at this time and remain standing for the processional, presentation of colors, and the invocation. Report.
Good afternoon. Let's try that again. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
There you go. This is a joyous occasion, so please have fun today. Thank you all for being here to support these graduates. Very proud of all of you guys. Went through a lot of hard work. I was thinking about it when Captain Parks asked me to do the invocation today, and I promise I'm not going to have a sermon. Okay, so everybody can rest assured I'm almost done. Okay. But I was thinking about it the other day and just some things that I wanted to say to you guys directly, not worried about anybody else in the room. You guys remember on the training grounds during PPE, when we lined up, and we talked? What's that one word that I called out? That's your quiz for today. Well, make it to lunch. Dad, we did talk about making it lunch. We did. You got me there. We did. And we talked about good. Y'all remember that? There's good in everything we do. Okay? And you guys have done good. You guys have done great. And it's going to be good when that 911 call goes out and you guys are on that truck and responding to those calls because you are now ready. Okay? Just promise me that today is not the last day that you guys have the passion for the job. Today is not the last day that you stop training for this job. Okay? Training really starts today. Okay? All right, guys, let's go to the Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, we come to you this afternoon, this momentum occasion, just to give thanks. Thank you for their passion, their dedication, their enthusiasm to complete this fire academy. Lord, we just ask you continue to be with them as they move forward into their careers. And we ask that you guide them, protect them, and just lead them in the right direction. Lord, we also want you to reach out and support their family. Their family is going to have some sacrifices away from home, holidays, birthdays, and they're going to need you, Lord. Lord, we just thank you for everything you do. Everything we do is in your name. Amen. I failed to do this last year, and I did it again this year. Please be seated.
Well, I'm going to change it up just a little bit. I'm going to say, great afternoon. Days like this are not good, they're great. So I've started saying that instead of good, and I think it's just the way to go. But I'm Lew Hunnicutt. I have the honor of serving as the president of Nash Community College. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and students of this college, welcome to campus for this incredible event. Hope you'll take some time after it's over to drive around campus, look around, and see what a beautiful campus we do have. Graduates, y'all have come a long way, and there's going to be a test in a minute, but your families are going to be in on it, and I think you all know what's coming. We're so honored that you gave us a chance to be part of your lives through this journey, and we're so very proud to call you Nash Community College Nighthawks. And we're kind of like a gang. We've jumped you in. We're never jumping you out. So you're always going to be part of what we call Team Nash. I had the honor of meeting this class probably in their second day here. They were on a walk. I was on a walk. And we met in the middle, and I taught them something. And I told them, and I'm telling you today because I'm going to teach it to y'all, if I hear this back, it doesn't matter who I'm with. I can now say if I'm with the President of the United States, because he was here in June, I will still say it back and then explain why. So what it is, we are the Nash Nighthawks. Now, we don't have athletics teams, but we do have a mascot, and it's the Nighthawk. Now, I want y'all, with a show of hands, be honest. How many know what a Nighthawk sounds like? See, neither did we. So about 3 years ago, we just decided to come up with our own Nighthawk call. And it's taken off at such a level that now it's become something fun that we do. So I'm going to train it to y'all. If you fail, they don't graduate. That's all there is to it. So when I teach it to you, it's pretty simple. I'm going to tell you what it is, count to 3, and then I want y'all to repeat it back to me. If you see me anywhere in town and I hear you say this, now I'm old, I got to hear it, I will say it back. I was in Piggly Wiggly last Christmas in Nashville. Front of the lines were long. I was in the back. Someone in the front did this. I immediately did it back, and everyone in the line turned around and stared at me. But we do it anyway. So our Nighthawk call goes like this. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Oh, you are doing it already. That's good. I'm going to count to 3. Now we need the whole crowd. Graduation depends on this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was horrible. 1, 2, 3. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Awesome. Graduates, congratulations. I hope to hear a lot of cacaws out of you later on. And to the family, friends, and everyone here that supports these young people, thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Joey Parks, and I'm the Director of Fire Services here at Nash. And I just want to give you a few comments sort of describing what these cadets have just gone through. They've just completed a 19-week intense training academy. Mr. Kearney and I couldn't be prouder of the 18 new firefighters that sit among us today. They were told at the very first meeting it would be tough physically. They were also told it would be tougher mentally than physically. How could that be? This academy is designed to mirror working at a fire department. This group bonded together and will always be linked to one another as a family. And like every family, there's always a certain level of dysfunction. We start with an aggressive learning process the very first week. Their textbook has 37 subjects that range from the history of the fire service, CPR, ropes and knots, ladders, fire hose and vehicle extrication, mayday, hazardous materials, traffic incident management system, rapid intervention crew, emergency medical care, and they're tested on each subject. Starting with the second week, we begin at 6 a.m. with a challenging physical training program. We're preparing their bodies for the training challenges that are to come. They work out for an hour and a half and then shower and then clean up after themselves, which means the commodes, the showers, the locker room. Then they have to be in the classroom by 8 o'clock, ready to start class. In week 8, we start PPE, personal protective equipment. It's the first of the 2 big hurdles in this academy. We all learn a lot about the students that week. I think we're all claustrophobic at some level, and if you're not sure if you are, we'll find out. They're taught how to negotiate their way through tight places and entanglements while wearing all of their gear. When we begin, they're able to see. When we remove their sight, then we remove their sight and they have to feel their way. Why would we do that? In a burning structure, it's very difficult to see, if at all. So we have to teach them how to function with zero visibility. After PPE, we go to search and survival, which is the second of the big hurdles. It's very physical and mentally taxing. They're taught the fire hose, how to handle fire hose and attack a fire. And just for the second time, this academy, we allowed them to experience a 24-hour shift. We had received feedback from previous academies. I wish I'd have known how much money to bring, how many clothes to bring, all this other stuff. And so we were sitting around the table one day and said, why can't we keep them for 24 hours? And everybody started smiling. Yeah, we could do this. So they actually were dispatched to a fire. We had the script, they didn't. So they started with their PT that morning. They checked off the fire trucks. They took their showers and got in uniform. And they were getting ready to clean the building. And at 10 a.m., we had a structure fire across the street at our training facility that they were dispatched to. And we all gave them assignments. And it was interesting to see them still in a training environment, but doing the job at the same time. After that, each company was dispatched to an EMS call. 2 companies assisted with a business inspection. 2 other companies assisted with a public education event. 1 company did fire hydrant maintenance. And then at 7 o'clock, we had an activated fire alarm they knew nothing about. So we took them on that. And then at 10 p.m., we had a wreck at our training grounds with a car on fire and 2 disoriented driver and passenger of the vehicle. So they had to provide medical care and extinguish the fire. And then we made them sweat the rest of the night, thinking that we were going to get them up at 1, 2, 3, 4, the call that never came. So I'm sure they all slept with one eye open. And then I got up right before 6 o'clock and walked out of the multipurpose room with my radio in hand, and Captain Parks just left and he had his radio. So they're all sort of looking around. Well, then the radio popped and it wasn't me. And the battalion chief, I guess, figured it was time for everybody to get up, and he knew that if he clicked the radio, everybody would sit up and wait for the call that never came. So I was in my office getting dressed and just started laughing because I knew what was going on. But Mr. Kearney and I would both like to say, well done. Well done. We're proud of you and your accomplishments. Mr. TenEyck.
Hope everybody's having a good day. I want to thank everybody for being here today in celebration of Class 080723. There are a few words that came to mind when I was writing this speech, one of them being dedication. Dedication is defined in the Oxford Dictionary as the hard work and effort that someone puts into an activity or purpose because they think it is important. Another word that came to mind is perseverance. Perseverance is defined in the Webster Dictionary as continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, or opposition. And last but not least is gallant. Gallant is also defined in the Oxford Dictionary as brave, especially in very difficult situations. I've just given you all the verbal definition of these 3 words, but the men and women sitting here before you today represent the physical definition. As we prepare to step off this stage and into our careers, I want to leave you all with these compelling words spoken by Martin Luther King Jr. Whatever your life's work is, do it well. A man should do his job so well that the living, the dead, and the unborn can do it no better. Class 080723, do your job. If you'd please help me welcome our guest speaker, Battalion Chief Dena Ali. Dena Ali is a battalion chief with the Raleigh Fire Department, where she has worked her way up the ranks. She previously served as a police officer for 5 years. Ali has a degree from North Carolina State University and an MPA from the University of North Carolina, Pembroke, where her research focused on firefighter suicide. As a graduate student, she was awarded the 2018 MPA Student of the Year. She has also received several awards throughout her career. One that she is most proud of is the North Carolina Office of State Fire Marshal Honor, Courage, and Valor Award that she earned for her steadfast effort to bring awareness to firefighter mental health through her vulnerability. Dena has also served as a subject matter expert at the National Fire Academy, where she assisted in curriculum review for their health and wellness curriculum. Dena is the founder and director of North Carolina Peer Support, where she helped to develop their statewide curriculum. Without further ado, please welcome Battalion Chief Dena Ali.
I'm gonna try reading off my iPad. I hope I don't embarrass myself with this. Hey, good afternoon. Congratulations, you guys. This is truly an honor. And you know, something I thought about as I was getting ready was, up until your generation, the Zs, every generation, us in the fire service were like, oh, they're ruining it. The millennials don't want to work hard. They don't care. We have to push them. And then all of a sudden, your generation came. And for the first time, at least in my career, we're learning from you guys. And I'm seeing the passion that you guys have. I'm seeing how much you guys care. And something else I'm seeing is how hard it is to influence you and corrupt you. Like, you guys are steadfast in your beliefs, and it's for us, and I hope other people have seen it and believe it like I do for us, and it's just so awesome to see you guys and to know that our fire service is in really good hands. So when they asked me to speak, I did what I normally do, and I prepared this really long speech, and I just want to apologize in advance because after I got done and read it and was really proud of it, I realized that you guys just want to graduate, and you're probably not going to hear or pay attention to most of what I have to say, but I hope that you do. So welcome to the best career in the world. As you know, you'll be trusted with the protection of the lives and property within the communities you serve. People you have never met will have you in their house on their worst days and trust you with the people who mean the most to them. Trust me when I say this is one of life's most sacred gifts. It's one of the most sacred gifts that you can have. I'm just super honored, super humbled that Chief Edwards invited me here. He disappeared. I lost him. Anyways, regardless, I'm super honored that he invited me here, knowing that my contribution to the fire service is with regards to mental health. I became a firefighter 16 years ago after spending 5 years as a police officer, and if you take anything away from that, we all make mistakes. We can recover, which I did. While my career's endured both ups and downs, I can honestly say the downs have been substantially offset by the ups. I still remember my first fire, the adrenaline, the excitement, the endorphins released that night on Fox Bluff Court. Like, I can close my eyes and see every moment of that day. However, if you don't know this, you're gonna spend about 80% of your time running medical calls. And 90% of those will not really need you. But 10% will remind you daily that you're responsible for the safety of the community that you serve. For example, I've maintained a relationship and a friendship with one of my very first code saves. Since going into cardiac arrest while running at NC State University, Spencer Shell has fully recovered, married, and is now the father of 3 beautiful girls. Every year, his family stops by the firehouse at Christmas and brings us cards. I doubt they know how meaningful their annual visits are, and in fact, my last day at work, they stopped by with their most recent Christmas card, picture of the kids. It's an absolute honor to know that because of what we do, this family is here. It's absolutely beautiful. But it's also a constant reminder to be confident in our skills and be brilliant in the basics. Don't forget that. So before I get into the meat of what I want to speak about today, I want to share what I think, my opinion, they could be wrong, are 10 tips for a long, healthy, and satisfying career, and hopefully will lead you to a long, healthy, and satisfying retirement. 1, you have one body. With our life expectancies ever increasing, this one body of yours is going to have to last. So take care of it. Exercise, jog, run, lift weights, do CrossFit, anything. Just take care of your body. The grandmother you respond to in 15 years who is trapped on the 3rd floor at 2 a.m. is going to need you to be able to physically pull her out without you yourself having a medical emergency. And in those 15 years, with you will be this brand new, super fit 20-something-year-old, and trust me, you're going to want to keep up with them. I've lived it. That's why I'm a battalion chief now. You're going to work with the old heads who say you only have so many heartbeats, so don't waste them on exercise. Those guys are insane. Ignore them. Don't allow yourself to end up on disability or with coronary artery disease because you didn't have the time to work out or eat healthy. Please take care of yourself. 2, every skill you learn in the academy is a perishable skill. If you don't practice those skills, you'll lose them. You'll struggle to mask up quickly. You'll not be able to advance a hose line efficiently. You'll not be able to force a door. You'll not be able to search, and you will not know how to use the RIT pack. These skills are important. Seconds matter. Imagine being face down in a swimming pool waiting for somebody. Those are the seconds that matter for the people that we're responding to. As best said by Aaron Fields, comfort is the enemy of growth. Never allow yourself to become comfortable. 3, there are people who are jealous of those doing better than them. If you do all the right things, excel, bring positive energy to your firehouse, you will have critics. Don't worry about the haters. Don't let them slow you down. Unfortunately, those who are not happy with themselves will struggle to find honor in who you are. Don't let the critics slow you down, because not only will you diminish yourself and change your values, but then you'll give them something else to criticize. Choose what the critics criticize, and if you're pursuing excellence, I promise you'll be able to sleep well and inspire others while doing so. 4, respect those before you and after you equally. No matter what rank you are or the rank you achieve, remember how you're treated as a probationary firefighter, make note of how it makes you feel, and choose to replicate those who motivated and inspired you. Always show respect to others. Regardless of if it's the wait staff or the fire chief, everybody deserves the same treatment. 5, know that you're biased and privileged. I said this once before and ended up in a negative light on a YouTube video. I just want to say, I left it in here. We're all biased and privileged. I am a Palestinian Muslim American female, and I can stand here and say, I'm biased, I'm privileged. We all are. We have the physical health to do this job. We have the mental capacity to do this job. We've had the opportunities that led us here. We're all biased, we're all privileged. All I ask is that we take a step back from your initial thoughts, take a step back from your initial opinions, and give people an opportunity to prove you wrong. The only person you can change is yourself, so be hard on yourself, learn, grow, and model the behaviors you wish to see in others. Kindness, respect, and an open mind. 6, know that all of your experiences have led you to where you are today, and the more struggles you face, the more compassion you develop, and the more connected to others you become. Empathy is intuitive, but it's also something you can work on intellectually. Seek to connect with others more than you seek to be better than others. 7, this is hard to learn. Don't seek perfection. Perfection is not attainable, and it can lead to a host of negative outcomes. Seek excellence in progress, and be okay with and making and owning your mistakes. I love how my words just fumbled as I spoke on that one. This one's my favorite. Be micro-ambitious. Be passionate about whatever is right in front of you. Stop listening to those who tell you that you need to know where you're going to be in 5, 10, or even 30 years, and start being dedicated to who you are today. Love those in your life. Check on people you haven't heard from in a while. Send postcards and focus on being the best probationary firefighter and EMT you can be. Those who tell you that you need to know where you're going to be in 10 years, they forget that by looking so far ahead, you forget what's really right there in your periphery, the most important things. 9, experience is more difficult than ever to come by, so it's imperative that you supplement with realistic training and consistent preparation. This includes reading. Take it from somebody who used to hate reading. If you're not a reader, become a reader. Develop the habit of reading a little every day, and trust me, the dividends will be so priceless. General Jim Mattis said, if you haven't read hundreds of books, you're functionally illiterate, and you will be incompetent because your personal experiences alone aren't broad enough to sustain you. 10, and this may be the reason I'm here today, know it's okay to not be okay. It's just not okay to ever suffer in silence. Please know that in your 30 years, you are going to experience the ups and downs that comes with life. Some of you will become depressed. Some of you will lose people you love. Some of you will experience illness. And some of you will struggle with addiction. No matter what you experience, know that you are worthy, and I promise you are not alone in your struggles. As first responders, sometimes we feel that we owe it to our communities to be stronger. And when we suffer a struggle, we feel guilty for this. But no, that's common. And often the main contributor to first responder suicide is the inability to ask for help. So if you're ever struggling, please, please, please reach out. Now to the meat of my keynote and why I believe I was invited. I think we're at a new phase in first responder mental health where we're finally addressing the true causes of our struggles. When I heard this quote from the late Bishop Desmond Tutu, I finally understood what we need to start doing to address first responder mental health. He said there comes a point where we need to just stop pulling people out of the river. We need to go upstream and find out why they are falling in. How do we do this? This is what I've learned over the years with my research. Take care of yourselves. Sleep adequately. When I first came on the job, when you'd get off of a 24-hour shift, or some of you guys a 48-hour shift, around the table, everybody'd ask, hey, what are you doing today? And if you didn't say, I'm going to work my second job, you felt guilty. If you said, man, that was a rough night, I'm going to take a nap, you felt like you were being a lazy piece of, But what I've learned over the years is sleep is the most important thing we can do. One night of insufficient sleep will render 70% of our cancer-fighting cells ineffective. And they've now learned that the link between PTSD has to do with lack of sleep. REM sleep is so critically important, and a majority of it happens in the last 2 hours of the night. So make sleep a priority. Sleep adequately, practice gratitude, journal, maintain relationships. This includes relationships out of the fire service. Learn to meditate. Just waiting for somebody to laugh at me for that one. And ensure you create time to laugh and do the things you enjoy. There's really fascinating research now that says all of the above mentioned, what I just listed, they all will increase heart rate variability. And that is the only biomarker that has been found to actually lead to resilience and reduce PTSD. So if you don't want to end up depressed, anxious, or with PTSD, make time for play, make time for rest, sleep well, express daily gratitude, enjoy naps, and laugh. So now for the harsh reality of our lives in this profession. There is a powerful quote in the movie Rocky when he tells his son, the world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are. It will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody's gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about as hard as you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. If there's one thing I want to pass on to you today, it's who we are today is not who we have to be tomorrow. At any point, a small adjustment can affect great change in our future. So to summarize, exercise, train, be yourself, show respect, keep an open mind, seek excellence in all that you do, be passionate, read, maintain relationships, and always be kind. You truly never know the power of a simple act of kindness. Congratulations and welcome to the best profession in the world.
This is the part that everybody's waiting for right here. So after this commercial break, quick word from our sponsors here. I do want to say, let's give it up for our guest speaker again, Ms. Dena Ali. I had some takeaways from that, and one thing that you said was so awesome to me was be brilliant and being basic. That's powerful right there. I don't know if that's yours or not, but I'm stealing it. Okay, whoever it is, we're all gonna steal it together. Be brilliant and being basic. Wow, that's amazing right there. And you're worthy. You're worthy, all right? You're worthy. And since you're so worthy, let's get this party started. All right. If I can I have all my chiefs, representatives from the departments that have candidates up here? I need the chief from Zebulon, chief from Rocky Mount, and a chief from Roanoke Rapids, please. And Chief, you're gonna be coming up to pin him on, so you're gonna come directly up when I call him, okay? Y'all can just stand right here. So this afternoon, we have 18 candidates for graduation. And we're going in alphabetical order, so if you know your child's name, I hope you do. You know when they get ready to come up. Remember, if you're pinning your candidate on, you're gonna come up these steps right here, stand right by this flag right here, and they're gonna come up there and give you their pin, and we're gonna make it happen. Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready? Yes, sir. Our first candidate for graduation will be Caleb Sergey Abrams. Caleb is a native of Ukraine and now resides in Nash County. He is a volunteer firefighter with Red Oak Volunteer Fire Department. Caleb is currently seeking employment with the career fire department. Caleb will be pinned on by his girlfriend, Kayla Powell. I present to you all Caleb Abrams, firefighter. Our next candidate is Xavier Allen Rose. Xavier is a full-time employee with the Rocky Mount Fire Department. He would be pinned on by his father, Earl Smith, and his mother, Wilson Fire Department Captain Shauna Jovel Allen Smith. I present to you all Xavier Allen Rose, firefighter. Before I call the next one up, I want to preface it by saying this. In this academy, we had 4 female candidates start this academy. The next candidate for graduation is one of the ones to complete the academy. I introduce you now to Miss Kalisa Barnes. Kalisa is a full-time employee with the Rocky Mount Fire Department. She performed as Engine 3 captain during the fire academy. Kalisa will be pinned on by her dad and mom, Clayton and Lisa Barnes. I present to you Kalisa Barnes, firefighter. Our next candidate has the coolest name in the room. I don't care what anybody says. D'Artagnan Beats, please come forward. D'Artagnan is a full-time employee with the Roanoke Rapids Fire Department. He served as the role of Engine 1 captain and Engine 4 captain during the academy. D'Artagnan would be pinned on by his father, Tracy Beats. Poke him, Dad, poke him. I present to you all D'Artagnan Beats, Firefighter. Not only did D'Artagnan have like the coolest name, he had like the coolest dad too. I was like, man, I got on the wrong suit today. Children come up here, I thought we was in Scarface or something. Say hello to my little friend. Our next candidate for graduation will be Christopher Boykin. Christopher is a volunteer firefighter with the Castaic Volunteer Fire Department. He is currently seeking employment as a career firefighter. He will be pinned on by his girlfriend, Cheyenne Price, and his father, David Boykin, Assistant Chief of the Castaic Volunteer Fire Department. I present to you all Firefighter Christopher Boykin. And Christopher was not going to be outdone. He said, Beats might have the coolest dad, but I got a fire chief as a daddy. Ha ha. Our next candidate for graduation will be Mr. Mark Bridges. Mark was recently hired by the Rocky Mount Fire Department. Mark is also a North Carolina EMT. He served as Engine 5 captain until its disintegration due to candidates' dropout. He will be pinned on by his dad and his mom, Randy and Melissa Bridges. I present to you all Mark Bridges, Firefighter. Mark, your mom is cool just because her dress matches my shirt. Lordy, this one here. I may say a couple extra things about this young man. The next candidate for graduation will be Andrew Delgado. Andrew was recently hired full-time by the Rocky Mount Fire Department. Andrew is a native of Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn in the house, New York City. He will be pinned on by his mom, Viviana Delgado, and his uncle, Roberto Cortera. Forgive me, Tio. I'm gonna try to get his little brother to get in the fire academy too. He don't know it yet though. I present to you all Andrew Delgado, firefighter. And see, that's what I get for getting up here trying to make jokes and stuff. I made a massive mistake. I went out of order. And so I know there's a mama out there right now said, what happened to my baby? And on my script that I wrote, I made a mistake and I left one out. But I cannot leave this man out because he is pretty awesome. I want to present to you Brendan Brumfield. Brendan is a full-time employee with the Rocky Mount Fire Department. He served as an engineer throughout the academy for Miss Kalisa Barnes. And both of them together tag teamed their engine company and made things happen. He will be pinned on by Mr. Matthew Dash. Mr. Dash, we didn't know you was affiliated. What are your credentials, sir? Chief. Uh-oh, Boykin. He's a chief. The chief. Thank you, Chief Dash. Ward Fire Department. I present to you Brendan Brumfield, firefighter. Our next candidate for graduation will be Mr. Colby Edwards. Colby is a full-time employee with the Roanoke Rapids Fire Department. He will be pinned on by his mom, Miss Nettie Edwards. I present to you all Colby Edwards, firefighter. Our next candidate for graduation will be Mr. Ibrahim El Shayer. Ibrahim lives in Greenville and is seeking full-time employment as a career firefighter. He will be pinned on by his classmate, Jacob TenEyck. I present to you Ibrahim El Shayer, firefighter. Our next candidate for graduation will be Mr. Dawson Harris. Dawson was recently hired full-time with the Rocky Mount Fire Department. Dawson served as the Engine 2 captain during the academy. He will be pinned on by his girlfriend, Cameron Varnell. I present to you Dawson Harris, firefighter. Your next candidate will be Nathaniel High. Nathaniel is a full-time employee with the Roanoke Rapids Fire Department. He will be pinned on by his father, Robert High. I present to you all Nathaniel High, firefighter. Our next candidate for graduation is Jeremy Hodge. Jeremy is a full-time employee with the Zebulon Fire Department. He's a North Carolina EMT, and he'll be pinned on by his father, Frankie Hodge, and it looks like, is that mom too? And Mama Hodge. I present to you Jeremy Hodge, firefighter. Our next candidate will be Dylan Jenkins. Dylan is a part-time employee with the Rocky Mount Fire Department. He is also a North Carolina EMT. He will be pinned on by his mother, Georgiana Jenkins. And Brian Jenkins. I present to you all Dylan Jenkins, firefighter. Our next candidate is Mr. Benjamin Lewis. Benjamin was recently hired full-time by the Rocky Mount Fire Department. Ben served as Engine 1 captain during the academy. He'll be pinned on by his wife, Miss Bethany Lewis. And a baby. I present to you Benjamin Lewis, firefighter. Our next candidate for graduation is Rashad Norwood. Rashad is a full-time employee with the Roanoke Rapids Fire Department. He will be pinned on by his mother, Miss Melissa Fenner. I present to you all Rashad Norwood, firefighter. Our next candidate for graduation is Joshua Powers. Joshua is a volunteer firefighter with the Gaston Fire Rescue and EMS Company. Joshua is seeking full-time employment with the career department. He will be pinned on by his father, Mr. Brian Powers. I present to you Joshua Powers, firefighter. You good, Josh? All right. And last but definitely not least, we have Jacob TenEyck. Jacob is a full-time employee with the Rocky Mount Fire Department. Jacob served as the battalion chief of the academy, and he'll be pinned on by his wife, Kaylee TenEyck. If y'all don't mind, I know you're already clapping. Just clap one more time for all these firefighters. You're worthy. You're worthy. You're worthy. But the party's not over yet, y'all. We got a couple more awards to give out, and then it'll be time for cake and punch. We give out 3 awards at the end of the academy. One is the Academic Award, one is the Flame Award, and then one's the Instructional Excellence Award. We're going to start with the Instructional Excellence Award, and I'm going to read verbatim from the wordage that we have what this award is awarded for. The award for Instructional Excellence is voted on by the class and is awarded to the instructor that the class feels was the most influential throughout training. To be considered for this award, the instructor must be approachable and easy to talk to. They should serve as a mentor and a motivator to the class, display a strong dedication to training, and the class must expand on the material found in the textbook. This will be awarded to 2 instructors. We're only going to do 1 because we're just talking about the Fire Academy. And normally, back in the day, we used to do the Fire and the EMS Academy. Now we just have the Fire Academy and we separated them. So we're just going to have 1 award tonight. And that award will go to Fire Engineer from the City of Rocky Mount, Mr. Rance Manning. I believe this is Rance's first time ever winning this award. We have some outstanding instructors. And Rance really, I think he's just in a change in his life right now, and he really put himself in this academy. He planted himself like a tree, and now he's trying to find ways to branch out. Rance, I want to say from me, myself and Captain Parks, we really appreciate everything you've done with this academy, and we look forward to you coming back for the next one and continuing with the same effort that you brought forth in this academy. Thank you so much. And thank you, Rocky Mount, for letting us have Rance Manning. Give it up for Rance, y'all. A lot of things that happen in the Fire Academy are built on competition. So a lot of times at PT, we'll set them up in relay races that have competition. It's an atmosphere that we had to breed teamwork in and camaraderie, and to push us to the next level, we had to have those competitions. One of the competitions that we have is the Academic Award. Let me read to you about the Academic Award. The Academic Award is awarded to the student with the highest academic average. Each student written test scores will be averaged cumulatively during the academy. This average will be used to determine the student who will receive this award. We have not told them their grade point averages throughout the whole academy. So for the last 5.5 months, they've been wondering who is going to win this award. Now they have some ideas in their head, and I've heard a couple names bounced around, but I have the name right here in this envelope. And the Academic Award winner is Rashad Norwood. No, it's not. That's a little jokey joke, because Rashad, we have a little inside joke with Rashad right now. The Academic Award will be, with the average of 92.2, Brendan Brumfield. This was a tight race. I want to say there was about 4 different people up in the top running. It was six in the top running. And Brendan, he pulled away towards the end there. We almost opened the door. We thought somebody might slide in, but they struggled with that last test. Everybody did. Had it not been for that. But congratulations, Brendan. Congratulations. The final award that we'll give out tonight is called the Flame Award. The Flame Award is awarded to the student who is the most outstanding based upon overall accomplishment. This award recipient is determined by the majority vote from all the students in the academy. When casting votes for this honor, students should consider the level of teamwork, fellowship, enthusiasm, and cooperation demonstrated by all the members of the academy. The winner of this award, they probably already know who it is. was outstanding. I call it an honor to be able to help coordinate and train people like him, not taking anything else from the rest of the academy. Y'all were outstanding as well. But this young man I put a lot of pressure on him because when we have to coordinate all this training, I need for him to make the academy move. And he made the academy move. And when I need the academy to stop, he made the academy stop. And when I needed things to get right, he made it right. And then he probably caught some things that I didn't see to keep me from catching them. The Flame Award winner for this class is none other than the Battalion Chief, Mr. Jacob TenEyck.
Well, we've made it to the end. At long last, right? What time did he tell you were getting out of here? 3:15, or was it 3:30? Okay. Well, we still got 15 minutes then. No. I want to say thank you to a lot of people, but I'm not going to name names because I'll leave someone out, and I don't want to do that. But we have a partnership that is very valuable with Nash County, all of the Fire and Rescue Association with Nash County, Rocky Mount Fire Department, Zebulon Fire Department, Roanoke Rapids Fire Department. Thank y'all. But one individual, Isaac Anderson, who worked at Studio 67, has put together all kinds of videos and promotional things for the Fire Academy over the course of the last several years. Videos that we use to recruit and high quality stuff. And today was his last day here. And we are gonna miss him. And I just wanted to go on record and thank him. He may not even be in here, but maybe he can see the stream, right, Andrew? So a big shout out to Isaac Anderson and our PR department as well, Catherine and KJ. And Andrew in the back. So at this time, we're going to dismiss the academy. And when I say class dismissed, y'all let them hear it in Raleigh, okay, at her department. All right? And then we're right. And then we're going to have cake and punch in the rear, okay? So Class 080723, attention. BC, retire your colors. Class 080723, dismissed.